Over to the States, James. So I'll be talking later on about where Donald Trump is up to, and there's some good news there.
Keeping the dream alive, Rowan.
Dream alive, absolutely. There's some been interesting developments in the last 24 hours or so. But crime surging. So tell us about what is happening there, and riots and all the rest of it.
Riots. So, we basically, the story of 2020 is the left held the American people hostage. They said, we will riot and destroy your town unless you vote for us. And that was basically the message, because when Rita and I were in New York, we saw all the shops boarded up because people were worried.
In Democrat heartland.
If Trump wins, there's going to be trouble. And so they boarded up. But New York City now says they have had a huge surge in crime because of BLM rioting. But also, not only that, other cities, Minneapolis, where a lot of this began, they have had a big defund the police movement, so they've already started to de-police the place. And we have now reports that carjackings are being perpetrated in broad daylight, in grocery store parking lots, in the middle of the day. You are not safe to go outside. And what is the Minneapolis government's response? Well, they say, if you're a shop owner, you can't put security screens on your shops to prevent, your windows being smashed, because they say it will cause, quote, visual blight and create the impression that an area is, quote, unsafe and troublesome. So their response is not better policing, but to make sure that you are as big a target as you can be.
And isn't it interesting that we've got right now in the US more than 70 million upset Trump supporters, many of them, and there was a poll from The Economist that came out that showed around 90% don't believe this was a fair election.
Right.
So many of the 70 million plus are angry. They don't believe this was a fair election, but have you seen them burn down any cities?
Precisely.
Have you seen them riot? Have you seen them loot shops or beat up Biden supporters? It has not happened. They're still rioting, mind you, in Portland and Seattle, even with Biden winning. He's not.
They don't like Biden.
Well, he's not left-wing enough for them, even though he mouths all the woke platitudes. He's still not left-wing enough for them. But it just shows you there is this wide divide between the left and conservatives when it comes to elections and accepting results that even if you don't believe
perhaps that is 70 million are like me, putting their faith in the process, the due process of the law and those legal challenges. Still a lot to play out. We'll chat about that later on.